Welcome back to CryptoDOT Traders for a new week full of opportunities. But in this video, we will be taking a look at a lot of BTC pairs rather than the USD pairs because, guys, you know the deal, right? Bitcoin is range bound, getting rejected from the upside, getting rejected from the downside as well. So, nowhere to go. When Bitcoin has nowhere to go, most of the USD pairs are going to look like shit in the market, and it's going to be completely pointless trying to figure out the directional bias until these assets against USD they figure out their own directional bias, guys. We can't force them to do something, right? Now, we are going to be taking a look at most of the BTC pairs because of Ethereum BTC, guys. ETH BTC on the weekly time frame closing like a charm right here. But I would have been really happy had this candle been taken out this high right here of this weekly closure standing in at 7.7 million satoshis. I can't believe I'm talking about these levels on Ethereum against BTC. This is crazy piece of price action in one single leg to the upside. Now, the only resistance in terms of weekly closing and an opening basis stays to be around these price points, guys. Until then, I think it's all right. To be honest with you, I mean the weekly closure right here from the first and foremost pass, I think that it's going to be trending to the upside. The immediate trend bias is going to be towards the upside for the rest of the week itself on ETH BTC, which means that most of the altcoins are going to trend against BTC pair, guys. Ethereum is your general trend definer, trend decider, and whatnot for most of the cryptocurrency markets for BTC pair itself. So, guys, the RSI stands for, TSI stands for, the category RSI stands for as well, I guess. The 3-day time frame, which also no, it did not close yesterday, but guys, this is looking crazy. I was talking about the 3-day time frame on Ethereum BTC on my previous video, and I was just simply appreciating the fact that how beautiful this piece of price action is looking, despite of Bitcoin dumping down to some key levels, and on USD pair, Ethereum on USD pair also dumping down to some key levels, slashing off 60% of its value in the USD pair itself, but BTC pair just looking like a charm. Price action working out like a charm on this one. I can't deny the fact that how stressful these structures are looking at. I mean, most of the altcoins market will start looking good if Ethereum keeps on trending like this to the upside. But why are we charting this one out, guys? We are charting Ethereum out to figure out the general trend for the altcoin market against BTC pairs itself. Doesn't mean that essentially we're going to trade Ethereum itself, but I do feel that you do have good potential you can trade in the small time frames, in the mid to small time frames like the 12-hour time frame, guys. This is straight up piece of price action on 12-hour candles. 1 2 3 4 5 6 straight green candles on ETH BTC right here, wanting to test this liquid zone right here, guys. This was the last rejection high which we found on Ethereum BTC, and once we start taking this one to the upside, holy shit, I don't think this all-time high, no, not the all-time high, certainly not the all-time high, but the run, the high which ETH BTC made for this run is going to be taken out with, let's just say, with a lot of conviction. And once we do go beyond that one, guys, you know the targets, right? You just simply pull down the Fibonacci target. This I don't know how many years using the trading view, but still not able to get Fibonacci in one single go. Alright, so once you're starting the all-time high, you know the deal, guys. 1.272, 1.618, and 2.618 standing around 0.12 BTC per Ethereum. Holy shit, fuck. I mean, alright. Now, if we talk about the macro picture, these things will most likely could come into fruition. I mean, the structure, just by going by the structure and just negating all the fundamentals and the news and all of that crap in the market, I mean, all the noise, if we just cut the noise and we just look at the chart itself, guys, the only resistance that we are dealing with on Ethereum itself is this level right here, guys. It's just one single resistance line. Once we take this one out on a 3-day schedule to the upside, holy crap, I think it would not be a far-fetched opinion to at least target for these price points, which are going to be lying between the 2618 and 1618. But your ultimate target standing in at 2618 will be at this exact wick, and we do have multiple point of entries. But guys, holy shit, I mean, look, if we are going to be making our way towards these price points on ETH BTC, I think it's going to be very much likely that we do test the all-time highs also on this pair right here. And then when we do that, and once we start, guys, because it's just what the history goes out like. I mean, you go for a bear run and then you go for an explosive rise to the upside, whereas you take the previous all-time high and you keep on trending to the upside for a very long time. Similarly, right here, you go to the downside for your entire bear market, and then when you retrace, and then finally when you take your upswing, you clear the all-time high and then you even push further. I mean, alright, we just have 2 points of history, but this is the general Ethereum's trend. And guys, I think if we are going to be taking out these highs, the all-time highs on ETH BTC is going to be looking like nothing. And for that matter, let's do some moon boy analysis on Ethereum itself, guys. If we just take on that high and this low for this entire this bear market. So your 2600 is standing at 0.36 BTC per ETH. Although I would be scratching my head and everything possible around me to see Ethereum BTC going on to these levels, but holy crap, that we can't rule it out. We can't rule it. As far as the price action structure on 3-day time frame just looks like this, and constantly wants to trend to the upside alongside the 21 simple on the 3-day time frame itself. I think we can have bullish interpretations for that price action, guys. Look, nobody knows where the top is going to be at. Nobody knows where the bottom is going to be at. What we can do as traders is we can follow the trend. We can follow the trend and just zoom the fuck out sometimes onto some 3-day time frames, and then eventually decide where the price action could potentially head to. Guys, the strength and the structure right here was a simple, this last week was a simple retest of this entire breakout to the upside. So until we are quite maintaining the structure right here, these price points could come into fruition down the line. I mean, by the end of 2021 or maybe beginning 2022 as well, when we squeeze out of this range right here, these things could come into reality. I mean, we can't simply rule that out. Although, to the downside, once we start taking this low right here, once we start taking below the 21 simple on the 3 time frame, then yes, you roll back over here. Most likely that would be the Bitcoin dominance time, and most likely that will be when all the altcoins against BTC are just simply going to fuck back off into Bitcoin itself, and Bitcoin will do its thing, and then the general market will decide the direction for itself. Until then, the 3-day schedule on the entire altcoin landscape is looking fine, guys. Most of the strong altcoins are going to look good, extremely nice against BTC itself. All right, now next up, what do we have? We have BNB also. I mean, closing. If you just, all right, no if, no but this candle right here is not looking good. I mean, this is one bearish candle which happened 2 weeks ago. Although this momentum follow through is looking nice, the reaction coming from the 21 simple on the weekly time frame on BNB BTC is looking okay, to be honest with you. I mean, look, once we start clearing this level out on the weekly schedule, I'll be more confident long in BNB against BTC on the weekly schedule, on a macro schedule, for your targets towards 1618 and potentially 2618, standing at 0.02 BTC per BNB. Won't that be nice? Won't that be nice? But guys, refer to the long-term analysis, refer to the extreme macro analysis on BNB, where I take a look at BNB USD, BNB BTC, BNB ETH as well for that matter. And well, all the analysis right there is based off the fact that we did top out on the USD pair on BNB, guys. We did top out on the $600 levels on BNB itself, and that is, well, that is the entire basis of the thesis which I talk about on the long-term analysis on BNB. You can make sure that you check one out as well. If you are looking at BNB as a potential long-term holdings, you should certainly check that video out. I think that would help you out. Alright guys, now what could happen for this particular week is that a little upthrust for all the way about 10% on BNB BTC could happen, but ultimately that, in the first and the foremost pass, it's as clear as possible. It's going to be a rejection coming from this point right here, guys. This was a massive bearish fuck off candle coming in from the highs, from the all-time highs, and just simply reverting back to the mean in one single weekly candle right here, which is why this entire area is going to be full of resistance. It's going to be a lot of resistance right here. So I do not expect this one to just simply blast past the all-time high, just by judging by the reaction coming from these price points right here. I think that BNB formulates a base right here and takes a while. If it wants to go to the upside, wants to climb to the upside, it takes a while right here, consolidates, and then figure out whether to go to the upside or come back down for a retest of the trend in the simple weekly again. Until then, guys, this area quite visible from the 3-day time frame itself. This area looks to me like area full of resistance, to be honest with you. Now once we clear that one out, guys, we could be formulating a cup and handle down the line, right? Something like that, and then eventually we can start unfolding our ways to the upside. But until then, in the first and the foremost pass, I'm going to look this one as your potential rejection zone once again, and then watch for the price action come back down on these levels, and then eventually test for, let's just say, a lower level of liquidity, or maybe attempt a bounce onto these levels. But guys, check this one out. We are clearing the 618. I mean, the bearish retracements on most of these BTC pairs are looking nice. I mean, they are canceling out their how do I say? They're cancelling out their bearish retracement structure as they are constantly closing above 618. Holy shit, I mean, that would mean trend emergence. That would mean bull trend emergence, to be honest with you, specifically on Solana against BTC. That is going crazy, right? All right. Now, in terms of the bearish retracement structure out of this entire way to the upside, we did close the candle above the 618 right here. Now, why am I not taking the bottom side of the wick? I should probably do that. For this one, as the picture quite literally changes. We did close the 618 extension on the previous 3-day closure right here, and this one was a simple retest of the 786, the deep retracement levels. Once we start taking this one out, guys, it would be more likely that we start taking out this high as well, because these areas 7618 0.768, the deep retracement areas are your, let's just say, the last hopes of rejection, last hopes of a trend reversal back again to the mean moving averages. But once you start clearing these levels and you start trending to the upside, it's very much likely that you do take the all-time highs and you do start trending to the upside back again. All right, now the RSI on the 3-day time frame, not looking that strengthful. I mean, this is the only thing which is calling for a concern. Holy shit! I mean, the bounce was so crazy right here, but the relative strength index in the market, nothing. To be honest with you, nothing. Strength coming in from the market is completely nothing, but the bounce are looking nice. Probably calls for a illiquid movement, guys. This is illiquidity right here for you guys. I mean, the order books are so thin that the price action keeps on going to the upside, even with small amount of purchases on these markets. This is the first and foremost interpretation, only because of the BTC price action structure being bearish on the macro, guys. We have a macro bear sitting in on BTC itself, which is why most of the analysis on, let's just say, BTC and USD pair itself are going to look like bearish retracements, guys. All right, now this video was supposed to be more about BTC pairs, but BNB against USDT for you guys real quick, and let's see what's going on there as well. Way weaker, right? I mean, this is way the fuck weaker than the BTC pair itself, guys, which is why the general trending landscape in the entire crypto market as of now is set according to Ethereum BTC itself, which is why most likely your good looking setups, your better looking setups are going to be on the BTC pair itself for the rest of the week, for the coming week, we could be looking at BTC pairs trending to the upside. Now, BNB USD will not start trending to the upside until we are clearing at least the 21 simple on the 3-day time frame itself, guys. And we just simply got a rejection from the $420. Holy shit, fuck, happened back again. We were talking about $420 retracement on the small time frames on BNB USD itself, coming from this reaction from the lows right here, and it did quite literally happen. For the time being, we are rejecting this one to the downside. Kind of hovering alongside the 382 extension out of this entire bearish leg to the downside. Now, your ultimate rejection could come in from the 6-minute extension standing in at $509 per BNB. We could be looking at that piece of price action happening this week itself. But for that matter, I would want the 3-day candle closing above these price points for further continuation on BNB USD all the way towards the $510 level. Now, okay, now let's just jump onto the small time frames also for that matter. Let's just for a little curiosity's sake for you guys. All right. Looks to me like you are trending alongside one single support, diagonal trending support line. Although I would not give a lot of weight into these kind of trend lines, guys. When the market is completely haywire on the USD, now I'm talking about the USD pairs. Market is completely undecided for the USD pairs itself, which is why most likely you should stick to what is provenly better. Right, so the horizontal support and resistance are provenly better rather than the diagonal support and resistance itself, guys. Basically, they do have more probability of playing out your support and resistance onto these levels on a horizontal basis, not on a diagonal basis, are gonna work out better. But just for that matter, guys, this is looking like a wedge. I mean, this is looking like a pizza right here. I mean, a rising pizza, which could break down. Cheese could start leaking to the downside, and then we could test some lower levels of liquidity onto these price points. Because, guys, once the falling pizza falls, you do come back down all the way towards the bottom areas. Now, this one standing in at $250. Could that be possible? Well, could be possible. But you can see as we are progressing to the upside, the downside price action is reducing again and again. So we could come back here again, and then we could go for a last rejection to the downside all the way towards the bottom side of the support right here, and then eventually start trending to the upside all the way towards 510. Essentially, what do I mean right here? The path towards 510 would be very difficult. It's not going to be a straight line to the upside. It's going to be very difficult because the USD pairs are completely haywired, are completely directionless, right? Alright, now the directional bias and support resistance on BNB are pretty much clear, and guys, be careful trading the USD pairs, although the BTC pairs are looking very nice for this week itself. Alright, now next up, what do we have? We have UNI, some DeFi coming in from ETH itself, from Ethereum blockchain, Ethereum. Right, this one is trending alongside the Ethereum BTC pair itself. It looks to me like, I mean, the 3-day general trend is to the upside. I mean, looking nice right here, printing in some macro lows alongside this entire trend being supported right here. I mean, looking nice. I mean, this one is looking good. Let's check out the weekly time frame for that matter, because that is what closed yesterday. And okay, all right, okay, back again. No actions for UNI against BTC until we are clearing this level out on a weekly. All right. Essentially, to be honest with you, I would not want to trade this one. This is full of chop. This is a lot of piece of chop, man. Holy shit. Even when the entire market was trending to the upside, I mean, this was not a good trend. I mean, this was an ugly trend. Even I can just guess this one out in the small time frames by looking at the weekly schedule, as this is this is very choppy. This is way the fuck choppy. So essentially any price action which comes down to the 21 simple weekly moving average, that would be the only, let's just say, the play out that I would be looking on Uni against BTC itself. Other than that, it's just going to be a chop range right here, guys. I think if we are going to be continuing our way to the upside, the first and foremost rejection, just like BNB itself on the weekly schedule, is going to come from this closure right here, sitting in at 78,000 satoshis. Let's just extend that all the way towards 80,000 satoshis as well. Essentially, you're looking at this region of potential rejection coming in this week for Uni against BTC itself. Until then, you are, let's just say, the general trending structure is looking fine. I mean, as an investment, it's looking good. It's looking okay. I mean, the 3-day time frame is looking okay as well. Do we have any potential hidden bullish divergence happening on at this point? Yes, we do have it. Yep, yeah, we do have, guys. We do have a hidden bullish divergence playing out between this point and this point. I mean, the RSI is certainly making lower lows, whereas your price action structure is making higher lows. Certainly, yes, calls for a hidden bullish divergence, guys. The ultimate confirmation will start happening above this high right here for, let's just say, for next leg to the upside on Uni against BTC itself. Now, just for the matter, we're going to be taking a look at a little Fibonacci projections to the upside. Essentially, I would want to negate this overextension to the downside for a very biased, for an unbiased analysis. But let's just take this entire common point for that matter, and this one being the candle closure on the 3-day time frame being your top, the one-on-one extension right here. So you're looking at 1600 standing in at 101,000 satoshis on 1600 extension, and after that, yes, you will be looking at 2600 out of these levels. Okay, now that's a far-fetched opinion on Uni, something that likes to trend very slowly. I mean, yes, it's a far-fetched opinion right here coming from this particular consolidation. Although, guys, we can't deny the fact that the gravity, the magnitude of the craziness which can happen in this market, you cannot fucking underestimate that. You simply cannot underestimate your upside moves, and you can't underestimate your downside moves as well. Now, potentially what could happen is, after clearing this one, we could come all the way towards these price points, test this level right here at the Fibonacci extension standing at 1.272, calling for a little correction, let's just say correction back to the mean support right here, and then we can eventually head to the upside. Now, I'm not deciding the pathway for Uni against BTC. What I'm saying is that these could be the potential scenarios, that these could be the potential playouts, because this one likes to trend slowly, guys. Alright, if I just go to the logarithmic values, you can see this was your exponential rise to the upside, and the entire trend has been more or less a range bound situation on the BTC pair itself. It's not been, alright, now this has been a lot of significant gains to the upside on the BTC pair itself, but guys, the general picture right here is not that volatile. Your crazy expansion happened on this entire range all to the upside, but we are still like in a process, guys. This is under construction right here. This piece of price action looking constructive, looking good, could have a potential upside resolution in the macro, but it is still under construction. We do need patience on this one, and we should not expect any exponential moves coming in Uni BTC as well. Now, real quick, Uni against USDT. Let's find out what's happening there as well. All right, not looking good. Not looking good. Wants a lot of consolidation to happen onto these levels, and okay, I can't see any FOMO breakout or a FOMO move coming in on Uni. Now, the good news is that he did close above weekly 21 simple back again, putting the trend, saving the trend from a potential disaster coming from the rest of the weeks. But yeah, you could eventually just slip and slide your way to the upside if you keep on closing your weekly candles up the 21 simple. That would implicate the fact that yes, you could just simply sneak your way to the upside on your 3-day time frames as well. And then once you start going above the 21 simple or the 3-day, that would confirm the weekly bias to the upside, and then yes, guys, that's when you start taking action on Uni against USD. Until then, a series of fucking rejections coming from the top right here, not looking nice. This is not a good looking price action structure, to be honest with you. The RSI, well, bouncing off of 40 right here, which is essentially your bull market bottom on the strength index, I guess. Not really, no, guys, I'm just fucking around, right? All right, so let's check out the volume as well for that matter. I mean, well, no volume right here, guys. No volume right here on Binance at all. All right, let me guess. Most of the volume would be on Uniswap perpetual contract, as PRP as derivative contracts do have a lot of volume as compared to the spot volume itself. I mean, that's crazy, guys. The market dynamics right here are inclining more towards a gambling mindset. And holy crap, guys, no matter if you have been there in crypto space, it's Bitcoin being at $2, it doesn't give you the right to be cocky, I guess. I mean, guys, just check out the BTC. All right, I am a BTC maxi myself, but I feel that a lot of people who have been the OGs in the space are talking from their egos. I mean, essentially, that is not the right attitude which you want to have. I mean, guys, ultimately, these people. Okay, I'm gonna make a very very fuck all statement for you guys right here. All right, you know what? I'm just not gonna make any comments. I'm just not gonna say that. But essentially, what I just want to say is that no matter how much you are involved in these materials, like Bitcoin or Ethereum for the matter, no matter you have been involved with Bitcoin ever since you were fucking born, it doesn't fucking matter. These things are material. Even if you are a billionaire out of holding crypto assets, you should be fucking grounded, guys. This is even if you become a billionaire out of holding these crypto assets, nobody gives you the right to just be cocky and just be completely ego driven and just base your opinions of that. Now, I'm not pinpointing anybody personal, but I do feel that a lot of players, a lot of OGs from the crypto space itself are just not having the right mindset. I mean, that's not a rich mindset, guys. Essentially, the principles that I personally follow for myself, for my own life, are like I'm very strongly principle driven, right? Essentially, that means that your ego, if that is leading your path, that's not right. Something is wrong about your thinking and your ideology and your psychology and your philosophy as well. Fuck that. All right, guys, fuck that. Now let's jump on to the next analysis right here. We're coming from the BSC ecosystem. Cake for you guys. Now this is looking nice. I mean, I can't remember the fact that the 3-day time frame is basing its price action above the 21 simple, and it looks to me like you are formulating beneath a grind right here. I mean, this entire piece of price action is looking like a grind which wants to resolve to the upside. Once it starts resolving to the upside, guys, something like this could happen back again on Cake. I mean, you saw what happened right here, right? You had a grind, you had a huge grind, and then you broke out. Now, is this no? This is not logarithmic value, but yeah, this is what I'm talking about, guys. You grind, you break out. You grind, you could potentially break out again on the BTC pair itself. And guys, guess what? The market always moves in 5 waves. The first wave was this. Now, all right, we're gonna negate this one to the downside, but the first wave, the first bullish emergence was this one. 1, 2, 3. Fourth wave right here. Fourth wave is still under construction. We cannot confirm anything. Although this one did come back all the way down for the select to the. Let me just draw the Fibonacci retracement for you guys and do a little comprehensive analysis. Right now, you did come back down all the way towards the deep retracement, which is still in the criteria for the 5-wave structure in the market dynamics. And let's just check this one out as well. All right, this one violated the 3A2 extension a bit, not by that much, but guys, these things cannot be picture perfect all the fucking time, right? But general sense of the market can be figured out from this one right here. But if we take the entire rejection coming from this high right here, yes, your 786 was your deep retracement on this one, but guys, we're going to negate that one. This was crazy. This was okay. We're not going to talk about that, right? All right, so what I am talking about right here is going to come out from your 5-wave structure coming from this one right here. All right, now 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth wave potentially under construction right here, and your 5th wave right here could be something like that. Now, guys, guess what? The third wave is apparently the strongest wave, and the wave which is full of magnitude in the market is going to be a third wave, which happened, guys. Most of the crypto assets had their explosion. They did had their explosion run to the upside, which calls for a fact that yes, most of the crypto assets had their third wave going on, and right now you are in your 4th wave, potentially looking for a 5th wave to the upside. Now, the 5th wave is the weakest of first and the third, and well, essentially it does take the previous all-time high out, and it stalls out some near some 1,600 extension, not more than that, guys. According to my personal experience, it essentially never goes beyond that. Right now, what am I talking about in the coming days for Cake, guys? Well, long live DeFi, long live Binance Smart Chain, but essentially how the market rotates and how these crypto fucking currency market cycle goes, like something like this, guys. Something like this happens. Now, I have to be brutally honest about that. No matter whatever the protocol is like, no matter until it is fucking synthetics network token, to be honest with you, the crypto markets, they keep on revolving to the downside and the upside. Now, what am I saying? Am I talking about the fact that PanCAKEswap will absolutely go to shit down the line? No, guys, you do have a lot of things. You do have a lot of fundamental ecosystem running behind PanCAKEswap, but once these trends they start going to shit, once we get into the precipice of bear markets, holy crap, none of your fundamentals is going to work out. Nothing is going to work out. Nothing is going to work out. Nobody will give a fuck about DeFi for that matter, guys. Nobody will even talk about that. People are fucking greedy in these markets, right? People are fucking, if they don't see 100% APY in the DeFi protocols, they'll fuck off from that DeFi. They'll not even wonder about that, guys. Whereas the patient and the smart people will just let their assets compound. They'll let their assets compound long haul. Whereas, let me be very frank and honest about the fact that, guys, most of the participation coming in PanCAKEswap is full of retail crowd. It's not full of, let's just say, big players who are going to be moving the markets up, markets to the up and the downside. It's the retail crowd right here. And if you don't see any APY coming on from some key farms on PanCAKEswap itself, people are going to fuck off from PanCAKEswap. And PanCAKEswap will be an abandoned farm, an abandoned DeFi farm on top of BSC ecosystem. Now, am I talking about the grin and the bad stuff? Yes, I'm talking about that. It could happen, guys. Crypto markets are completely emotionally driven, and once everything starts going to shit, it never stops. It never stops, which is why it is high time to be objectively driven. If you are still in the market, you have to be objectively driven. Do not let your fucking stupid emotions guide your way to the upside or the downside. If that happens to you, you are not going to come out successful trading these crypto markets, to be honest with you. Just simply putting that thing right in front of your face. Now, cake against USDT, real quick for you guys. Let's see what's going on right there as well. Yes, situating below the 3-day 21 simple until we are quite doing something like that, something which we did on the BTC pair itself on cake. Not bullish on this one, not bullish on USD, guys, until we are doing that. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a very, very big chop coming below the 21 simple itself. All right, now jumping on, what do we have? We have PolkaDOT. I mean, this was mother of all fucking fat rejections coming from the highs. Holy shit, PolkaDOT against BTC rejecting 60%. Not good. First and the foremost pass, not good. And the recovery has not been good as well so far. I mean, what the heck is PolkaDOT ecosystem up to? I mean, I don't know, man. Holy shit. Why is it not recovering? All your fucking PanCAKEswaps are recovering, but PolkaDOT is not doing shit about these things. I mean, this is not strength. This is not a good retracement as well. I mean, even if you come back all the way towards 600, you'll be having a massive rejection for the first and the foremost pass, guys. The sentiment will change according to this fucking stupid candle right here. Let's jump out of the weekly time frame itself, because that was the first thing I had to look at. Well, essentially, you are trending above the 21 simple weekly moving average, so your trend is essentially to the upside. It is to the upside. Weekly 21 simple, yes, the price is situated above that, and your trend is to the upside. Any down move which comes back all the way towards the 21 simple of the weekly on .BTC would be a pickup on the first and the foremost pass. Similarly, on the first and the foremost pass, if we start continuing to the upside, this is going to be a rejection zone. This is going to be a big fat ugly rejection zone coming on .BTC onto these levels. And once you start clearing this one to the upside, guys, 786, you know the deal. Ethereum BTC is currently testing the 786 out of that entire retracement, and BNB BTC doing that as well. PolkaDOT residing beneath the 382, not looking strong against these as compared to these strong altcoins, guys. All right, now another tip for you guys in a bearish retracement scenario. In, let's just say, guys, when you want to test the all-time highs back again after a severe rejection in the market, you stick to the strong ones. You check out the history. You dig deep into the asset history. You check out what is strong, and then you stick to that, right? You stick to that. If you jump onto some weak ass fucking stupid looking motherfuckers like DOT against BTC, you'll end up scratching your head, and you'll wonder, why the fuck is BNB going to the upside, and why is my PolkaDOT not doing shit, guys? Because look, this is a big fat ugly rejection, and this is not looking strong. And in the history as well, your retracements on BTC pair have not been that strong, to be honest with you. Whereas your UNI against BTC or Ethereum against BTC has been on a trend like this, guys. I mean, the support has been to the upside. I mean, inclined to the upside. Check this one out. PolkaDOT against BTC. Straight down. I mean, all right, not down, but straight flat out, guys. Flat out. Now we had real chances to flip the trend to the upside. Guys, this one could have been a crazy follow through upside continuation from this retest right here, but it did not happen. But let's just be honest, it did not happen. We wicked below this one right here, and it was death and devastation accelerated by BTC itself, which is why, guys, the retracement coming from this pair is not that strong, to be honest with you. Not that strong, right? Now, essentially, what would I want to look at if I want to trade this one on the 3 time frame itself, guys? First and the foremost thing is a closure above the 382, right? And then we could have some real chances for a retest of the 618. We are quite range bound. We have to be vigilant about range bound situation, and we have to trade the ranges with a perfect set of plan. If we are not going to be in these markets with the plan, you know the deal, guys. You know the deal. Dot against USDT real quick. Now I am fucking looking at all the USD pairs, guys. But bullish as fuck. Bearish, guys. Bearish. Simple retest. I mean. Yet again, this line is from this line is from my previous analysis, and guess what, guys? We had real chances to go above that one. I mean, when I was analyzing PolkaDOT against USD pair on the previous video for PolkaDOT itself, guys, we had real chances. We had real chances to close above this one and head to the upside. Essentially, resolving this entire broadening wedge to the upside would have been a nice thing. But it did not happen, guys, and we simply rejected all the moving averages to the downside as well. What are we doing right now? We rejected this one again, guys, until we are above this one. It's as clear as possible. Basically, if PolkaDOT is below $30 levels, it's not bullish at all. It's not going to be bullish. It's going to be full of chop, and most likely going to be chopping the fuck out of all the traders and long PolkaDOT here or short PolkaDOT. It's just going to be a mess, right? It's just going to be a simple mess right here onto these levels until you are below $30 levels on PolkaDOT against USD itself, guys. Now, next up we have ChainLINK against BTC right here. ChainLINK on the 3-day schedule looking okay. I mean, trying to formulate a base alongside the 21 simple moving average. It's actually not a bad thing, and it's, well, guys, you can see right here, I mean, just the way it likes to trend to the downside, it could essentially mean the same for the upside as well. Because what are these charts? These charts are fucking reversions. These charts are fucking inverted form of each other's. Nothing else, right? Nothing else. So even if you are finding it difficult to formulate a bias for yourself, trying to analyze these things in a straight up charting manner, guys, just flip the chart around. Just go for Alt plus I on your keyboard, and you can just invert this one, invert the perspectives as well, and then you can judge for yourself whether the trend is going to the upside or the downside. The 3 days looking fine as of now, but your strength right here is not looking good. I mean, this is weakness. This is not nice. Essentially, this is okay. I mean, this is hovering above 50 right here with the 21 simple on the 3 time frame. Essentially, it could get consolidation right here on these levels and expand further down the line if we are able to maintain the support alongside the 3-day 21 simple on Link itself. Now, Link against BTC real quick on the weekly time frame, guys. Now, I don't have these things on my weekly schedule itself. Why am I starting with 3 day, 4 hours, something like that? I don't know. All right. The weekly 21 simple. Yes, your bias is to the upside. Yep. Okay, can't be clearer than this. This is inclined to the upside right here, and I guess any move to the downside, the first and the foremost pass all the way towards 70,000 satoshis per ChainLINK is going to be a pickup. It's going to be an opportunity in the first and the foremost pass on the Link BTC pair right here, as this is aligning perfectly with the 21 simple itself. First and the foremost pass is going to be a pick, and then we can decide eventually down the line whether we want to take this resistance out to the upside. And once we do that, guys, yes, your party mode is on Link BTC. Yeah, you know the deal. I have a long-term analysis on ChainLINK itself, and that will be somewhere in my channel. You can take a look at that as well, for that matter. All right, now next up, what do we have? We have Dogecoin. Fucking shit. Why do I have Dogecoin on my list as well? Weekly looking nice. I mean, to be honest with you, looking nice. This one closed nice, but this did not close above the previous all-time high. Doge against BTC, I'm talking about. This didn't close above the previous all-time high. Had this weekly closure been above, let's just say 1100 satoshi, 1120 satoshis, that would call for an immediate continuation to the upside, but we did reject this one to the downside, calling for a more consolidation phase happening on Doge BTC. Now, Doge against Doge BTC on all the time frames is looking okay. I mean, guys, it's against the 21 simple and is rising to the upside, formulating lows again and again, guys. Now, comprehensive analysis on Doge USD also somewhere down my channel, and there is one single bearish cross that I'm looking at on Doge against USD itself for that entire trend to go to shit. Refer to that video, watch that video, in-depth analysis on Doge on that video, so that you can formulate your own biases as well, right? Now, Doge BTC right here looking nice. I mean, looking okay on the 3-day time frame itself. we could come back down all the way until these price points and still be bullish in terms of the structure, and just and still be fine, still be completely okay. Now, yet another diagonal line, but essentially I would be putting a lot of focus into a horizontal support on these price points right here. Essentially, you do not want to go below 840, 850 Satoshi levels, right? Once you start going below that, that would be a retest of the 21 simple on the 3 time frame itself. But guys, essentially, that could potentially lead towards death and destruction, depending on other pairs as well, depending on ETH BTC, ETH USD mostly. That is going to be defining our support levels on the downside for Dogecoin itself. Until then, this is an up and up mode only. This is a trending motion to the upside. Doge BTC looking nice. Now Doge against USDT real quick. DOGE. Doge against USDT on Binance right here, guys. All right, now let's do that. 55 to 100 on the 10-hour time frame. Not 10 minutes. Holy shit. I'm talking about 10 hours right here. All right, now this is the cross I'm talking about. If I just simply jump on the logarithmic values, guys. Okay, now one moving average, got to get rid of the EMA, the 21 EMA. All right. Right here, okay, guys, you can see the bearish I mean, this one wanted to have a little bearish cross on these levels right here, but it did not happen, right? I mean, it didn't happen. I mean, the price got accumulated right in a vertical fashion alongside when this bearish cross was just about to happen, right? And the structure was pretty much looking something like that. And then you averted this bearish cross and went to the upside. Holy crap. And that was your another leg to the upside, guys. And well, guess what? The history of this bullish cross coming in from these price points, and it is still on an uptick. You still have your bullish cross there as your price action structure and potential support as well, guys. Now, this is looking pretty identical. I mean, this one and this one is looking pretty identical, right? Which is why until you do have a bearish cross right here, no bearish calls on Dogecoin. No bearish calls on Dogecoin in the macro. Yes, you can call out for some correction, guys. I was very skeptical about 75 cents as a potential profit taking, guys. Essentially, what happens is that when the entire world, specifically for Dogecoin itself, when the entire world is looking at $1 Dogecoin for target, there are just two things which can happen. Either it can go to the upside, it can overshoot that one to the upside, or it can just be front ran by most of the traders, which is what happened right here, guys. This one got front ran, and then yeah, you went down 72%, guys. No shit, right? 72% is not good. 72% down move is crazy. On the previous consolidation, it was a 50%. Now, well, that's also crazy, but yeah, it was a 70% correction coming from this high right here. And to be honest with you, from the current piece of price action, is looking okay. It's completely looking okay. Until you have this one crossing to the downside, yes, Dogecoin against USD is going to be okay as well. Guys, next up, what do we have? We have SHIBA INU and potential bad news for most of the hodlers for SHIBA INU. Now, guys, now, what do you want for this price action structure, for this technical structure? You want to take this high right here. I mean, this was your lower high which formulated right here, and well, the price action was distributing off of these levels, which was significantly lower than this one right here. Which is why, guys, I do feel that this area is going to be a very, very significant area. If you are not able to close this one, essentially, don't be long on fucking SHIBA INUs right here, guys. We have real chances of breaking down below, right? And guess what? If we do break below this grind, holy shit, this is going to zero, man. Throw this one away. Fucking get rid of SHIBA INUs. This is not going to work out. If it breaks down, this is just going to look ugly, man. And it's going to be a completely pathetic, worthless piece of shit looking investment, guys. Now, I do have a comparison analysis between Dogecoin and SHIBA INU. The only reason why anybody could be bullish on SHIBA INU is the fact that the fundamentals going for this blockchain is nice. You have a DeFi infrastructure behind SHIBA INU blockchain, right? Whereas Dogecoin, developers doing nothing, Elon Musk chilling for nothing, I guess. I mean, it's a meme. It's a fucking meme, guys. SHIBA INUs are also DeFi meme. Nothing fucking else, right? All right. Now, the reason why I have SHIBA INU against all the giants for this particular video is the fact that, guys, it's critical. This is critical right here. If we start losing this one to the downside, it's not going to look nice. So hold on until we are clearing this level to the upside. Until we are doing that, it's completely pointless to stay in the markets and SHIBA INU markets. All right, guys. I'm going to wind up this video right here for you guys. Let me know down in the comments what are you willing to trade for this week, and let me know what you want me to take a look at as well, so that I can do some TA focus on that asset as well, for that matter. Alright, guys, I'm going to catch you all in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.